for the Rocket League Championship Series has arrived as we head our way to that first major, and who other than to bring it to you than K-Corp and Team Vitality. All I gotta say is enjoy.
Super teams have done everything necessary to get to this point, but Stumpy, what we know about KARMINE Corp and Team Vitality is second ain't good enough.
It's never been good enough for any of the players either. Yes, they've managed to finish tournaments third, fourth, fifth, whatever it ends up being. But number one is all the sticks in these players' heads. We've got world champions on this pitch. Time and time over, we have major champions. This is the first step this season to lifting that title yet again.
Better, as Leaf said in our first grand finals. And these two titans, and who better Charlie to score an open goal? There was a defender cutting across, but that could have gone in.
I mean, it was Zen also just completely missing the ball to give him the opportunity. A little bit of a scuffed start. I don't know if that's going to be continuing for particularly long. Atto's going to be receiving that ball straight off Charlie, and I saw these players when they were warming up, and then I looked over at the face cams that we had on the screen. Zen was so locked in on the free play. This is one where he's going to be thinking, all right, step number one, win every single regional. Step number two, take home majors and worlds.
Oh, I see. He wasn't quite perfect enough a couple of seasons ago. Now he has to do even better across a whole season. If no one can do it, it's either of these two. But here's Atto. There's a flip reset. Wants to push this one into the corner. It's all been KC so far early doors, and maybe those pro power rankings were correct, Stumpy.
Yeah, it's surprising that every single person went for KARMINE Corp number one, and Shogun makes a good point, you know, that the pros ranked them that, and Monkey is going to make sure that they want to try and get that first goal to try and snatch away any of that doubt that is going towards the Vitality side. A minute and 15 in, and it's been a couple of chances either way. Zen can't catch up to Vatira, and you pointed out Vatira early, Cole, where he wasn't necessarily picking up the most points, but he was the most influential player on the pitch. But starting things off, it is going to be Monkey before we look at any of the blue side.
Finishing is normally not too bad. It just goes straight up for the ball, slams it home. None of that air roll rubbish. Vatira wouldn't have got that one, so it didn't matter too much that it was pushed past him on the goal line. And Team Vitality do have their lead. Power rankings be done, Stumpy Goblin.
And talk to me a little bit about Vatira. Why is it that he was so incredible earlier on? Never mind, Zen's time! Zen's turn! Why is Zen so good, actually, in hindsight?
I mean, I haven't got long enough to answer that question, but I'm going to put that one all down to Monkey Moon. The double tap from the ceiling, getting it towards Zen. And all Zen had to do was get across. That's something I believe you had a question about Vatira, did you?
Why Vatira good last game?
The blocks and saves and that on the goal line, and then passed the ball well, and third man good. Also got a flip reset or two. He was fantastic in the semi-finals against Ninjas in Pyjamas. The true difference maker, even though I'm sure that when it comes to score, he won't be the highest in that one. Have to do more than defending, though, in this opening game, because Vitality have a couple of goals to themselves. Of course, at the first time these rosters have faced each other, Stumpy, flip and spin, what a tournament that was. And that was where KARMINE Corp really showed that they were the, this top team that even Vitality had to make crumble.
Yeah, I mean, flip and spin was also, it was a very nice, time to make sure that we can actually see what these rosters are capable of during the off-season. Just a few teams took part. It was LAN experience again for them. KARMINE Corp took it 4 games to 1, a decisive victory in their favor. Especially everybody was saying it's all going to be Vitality this season. Casey, they come out and shot. But right now, game number 1, very firmly in Vitality's favor. Even this continued pressure. Seeing Zen again go up towards the wall, takes it over towards Vatira. Monkey Moon misses that second touch. He's able to continue the ball press, but Exotic is going to pick up that slack.
Charlie's going to try and get the dunk on Zen, but Zen gets it past Charlie. Vatira keeps it in the air. Atto into the corner. This is more pressure than we've seen for a while from KARMINE Corp. A little bit shell-shocked after those couple of goals have gone against them. That's great pace from Exotic. The world's MVP gets it towards Zen. Charlie tries to keep this one going. You sense that any second KC are just going to come to life. The Vitality are doing well at making sure that doesn't happen for as long as possible.
Yeah, trying to stem it as much as he can. Because, ultimately, the KARMINE Corp are obviously going to be getting a good few goals in this series. You just need to make sure that they are not coming at the vital times. KARMINE Corp unable really to get too much pressure on so far until Atto squeezes one just over that final defender. Great pressure again from Vatira.
It was Vatira, gets it past Exotic. That's all he had to do. It didn't matter too much where it landed. Vatira could trust that Atto could do the rest as long as the first defender was beaten. And once Exotic was bypassed, Atto ain't gonna miss those ones. A clean shot into the corner. Vatira, though, loses that kickoff to Zen. Up against Atto, the goal scorer. Zen gets it through. Monkey Moon has a chance. Zen's got no boost, so leaves it to Vatira. KARMINE Corp have 90 seconds in which to get back in game 1.
Exotic though, right towards the ceiling, going to be ground pinching it away. No, instead actually takes it very measured, takes it away, fakes it again, right back over. That wastes a good amount of time. Ball down towards Zen, gets thumped away by Drali. Vatira up for that double, sending it further down the pitch. Monkey to receive in the corner. Vatira again there to block it off. Every single play being read. Just depends on who's going to be able to get that final touch. 80 seconds now.
His name an awful lot though, and that's not something Vitality will enjoy hearing. They want to keep him as quiet as possible. Here he is again. From the pass from Atto, he goes for the flip reset. Zen was there to make sure it was a 50-50 in the air rather than a clean touch for Vatira. Charlie beats Exotic. Exotic's been beaten a couple of times in the air for Vitality. Shown on the desk mentioned this triple commit from Vitality. They haven't been doing that. They are being beaten 1 or 2 times too many despite having this lead.
Exotic to catch off Zen's touch right onto the ceiling. It's Atto at the back. Manages to keep it pretty well. Buys time for his 2 teammates to return. Zen, 1 touch, not quite the second, but it's his final 30 seconds now. KARMINE Corp, they've earned 1 goal back. 1 more is going to be getting them dead level. Drali shoots it above the net. It's going to be awkward. Exotic cannot make contact. Atto now on target. Drali on his way out. Nothing for him either. A stunning chance for KC, gone wandering.
Exotic misses it. 2 more. Look at them, all the Vitality players on their own goal line, not knowing what to do. They've just got to connect with it.
Huge errors. Time and time again, Exotic had chances. Zen and Monkey Moon sitting in a paper bag together, and Drali can just send it straight in top corner. An equaliser for KC after being down for so long.
But it wasn't enough to cause that absolute kerfuffle in the Vitality defense. But now Exotic gets back involved, wants to score this one, almost there. 8 seconds left, it's all kicking off.
Hey, they sent it a little bit too high on that final chance. I should have just shot it straight on target. Now Zen at the back, a demo from Vatira onto Exotic. Zen a full court air draw, round 1 as well. Drali to the floor, Monkey Moon's going to be there to catch. Flicks it high, Exotic keeps it higher even still. Monkey Moon now up onto the flick over the top. Zen on target, out of the net is Drali. The magnificent goal line saves keeps us into an OT game 1.
All important there, but the kick-off's one Vitality. Charlie going back towards his own goal. Vatira has to push it to the side. KARMINE Corp living on borrowed time here in this overtime. Vitality have started it better, but out comes Atto. 50-50 against Zen. It's a good one for Atto. Charlie with the shot. Monkey Moon's equal.
And more chances going through with KC, maybe galvanised by that performance of Drali from the goal line. I don't know how far that was in the net. Drali getting that 50. Atto, perfect positioning to get out through with that ball. Picks up a boost on his way through as well. Vatira trying to dunk on 1. Does get it past Exotic. Monkey Moon now to receive the ball. Now pushing it just further into the blue half. Drali round 1, round 2. Exotic, you can't miss it now, lad. Goes for a flick, instead fakes it. Attempts to go for the 50. Monkey Moon to clear it away, but Vatira, the continued offense. 1, 2, down. Zen with a misplay, and Drali in. The saviour in the blue half, and the dagger in the orange.
Deal from KARMINE Corp. Exotic got half a touch. I don't think Zen wanted him to. He did his best just to dangle in the air. Drali manages to avoid him. And KARMINE Corp, after defeating Vitality 4-1 the last time these two played, steal game 1 from the clutches of Vitality.
That is a proper snatched win there too. Like Drali, that save off the goal line. And not just that, but then he then got on the previous goal, then get it in top corner, then earn the overtime itself. An MVP performance for him, points-wise, impact-wise, everything for Drali. And Vitality, they just let that one go a little bit.
Ending was not what we've been seeing. It was haphazard. Maybe it is what focusing on what Shogun said, making sure that all 3 didn't go. Instead, at times, there was none of them going. You can't go too far the opposite way. KARMINE Corp are going to punish you, and you can see now, if this is how these matches have been going in scrims, this is why the pros were ranking KARMINE Corp as the best team in EU. But let's just take it back. Halfway through that game, Vitality a couple of goals up. They were looking supreme.
Yeah, they were looking like the best team as well. They were controlling the pace of the lobby as well. I think maybe just something changed where KARMINE Corp thought, all right, now we actually need to send it. They might have tried sitting back just a little bit. They might have tried it, you know, just being a little bit further away. In the end, that doesn't work. That doesn't matter. It comes down to how you can finish out a game. And at the end of it, KARMINE Corp, they just ended up the stronger.
They did. KARMINE Corp, they never know when they're beaten, and they will have so much desperation going into this season, Stumpy. We have seen the emotions on show historically from Vatira. If there's any player I can think of that just has to win a world championship, that, you know, they could make all the money, they could win everything else, they could win accolades, they could do anything, but if they don't win a Rocket League Worlds, they'll look back at their career and think, I failed. Vatira is that player.
I remember back for the Vitality win over in Dusseldorf. I was in the stands, probably about, I don't know, 20 or so rows ahead of Vatira. And I remember looking at him during that win. And it was that mix of, I'm so proud of Zen, and I'm so happy that he's managed to get this win. But God, I wish it was me. And that kind of drive really does pull a player through. If you're thinking, I'm really proud of my friend for achieving that, but I would trade me up there in an instant, then that's what can pull you through those kind of situations.
Keep your belief in yourself. You have to keep on working hard. And I think on the other side, for me, it's Monkey Moon. He is the one who will just continue to work until the day his hands work no more at being as good as he can possibly be at Rocket League, as ruthless and as brilliant. Do you feel like Monkey Moon and Team Vitality is a fit? I know you were saying yesterday it's weird not seeing him in BDS colors.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, 100%. They are a complete fit. It's essentially, it's a match made in heaven. And I'd probably argue it's more BDS plus Zen minus Org plus Vitality. Because that's sort of the more contained people, right? You've also got Casio coming over as well. So it's a huge amount of the presence of BDS coming through. And yeah, I think it's absolutely a fit. I think, you know, you're looking at the GOAT of Rocket League, then joining the greatest rookie to ever play the game in Zen. And then at the end of the day, how do you come up against that? So far, KARMINE Corp have said, oh, this is how you come up against it. And they just make sure that they are the team at the end of the day who has got the lead right when it comes down to 0 seconds and going into overtime.
Towards game number 2. We just had to remake 1 or 2 things, and this is more pressure for these players. I mean, normally, when you're going into an open number 1 final, you're sort of thinking, to an extent, job done. You've banked a lot of points. You're already sort of taking
10 points
steps forwards, exactly, into the first major. But for these guys, that's not going to be enough, because I've got a feeling that throughout this entire season, it's going to be, and obviously there are North American teams and mini teams, etc. But I do think that a conscious plot thread we're going to have is this Team Vitality versus this KARMINE Corp.
Yeah, and I think also if you think of any team that knows the fickle nature of coming first in these first events, then it is going to be KARMINE Corp, Vatira, and Atto. They know what happens. You know, okay, cool, we win the first 3 events, we go to major number 1. Oh my God, Mike Boy exists. And then they don't end up actually going to the second major whatsoever. Then they scrape an appearance at Worlds. So they know what it can be like.
There's Mike Boy with the steel chair out of nowhere and all that.
It really is.
Well, he's not here today. It's just Zen they've got to deal with, so much easier, I guess.
At least it's not my boy, that's all I'm saying.
For a challenge with Monkey Moon. Vatira gets that one forward, and then game 2, Vitality. They had the ability in game number 1. They've just got to be a little bit more solid if and when they do score.
Yeah, maybe just let their concentration slip a little bit. Didn't quite have the continued play, but that is a great chance for Exotic. Manages to force Atto into a save, a double wifty coming through. Monkey Moon fakes it for Zen. Atto has to respects both, and saves that shot away as well.
Everything I just saw. I love the fake. I love that it was between Zen and Monkey Moon, because, you know, I'm always wondering how are these two going to team up, these two greats. And I also love that Atto had either angle read, so brilliant defending from him too. Top tier Rocket League early on in game number 2. Here comes KARMINE Corp down the other side. Charlie fakes him over Vatira. Atto's behind him. Vatira doesn't need him. He snipes it himself.
I mean, look at just the knowledge that Monkey Moon has. He knows right now John is behind him. That's why he jumps so awkwardly. He doesn't even quite make contact. Vatira waits, bides his time, sends it opposite corner. Monkey Moon has to play his entire hand straight away. And Vatira comes through with pocket aces. Goal 1, KARMINE Corp.
For Vitality, they don't want this one to get too far away from them, even early doors in this best of 7. When you can feel the momentum is running away from you, it gets trickier and trickier to believe you can get back into it. A 3-0, a 4-0 becomes more and more likely. Monkey Moon isn't going to let that happen, though. He's up against Atto now. Gets a huge pitch forwards into the corner. Exotic races Vatira for it. That was going just over Zen. Unfortunately for Team Vitality, so now it's KARMINE Corp, all three of them moving forward as one, all in the same corner. It could be risky if they get beaten here, which they have a couple of times. How's this ball going to fall? Is it towards Vitality? It is Zen. Could he have taken out Atto Stumpy? I think that's what his idea was.
Yeah, a bump potentially could have secured a goal for them. Unfortunately for him, Atto just reads it a little bit better than Zen does. Since had a couple of misreads, that's a lovely little touch. Gets the reset straight onto Drani, who can save into the corner, but who is lurking? It's going to be Exotic. Was it up and above? But Vatira spends about 30 boosts to make sure that he can get that ball next. Halfway through the game, Vatira and the KARMINE Corp lads still maintaining that first goal lead. And Vitality haven't really had too many opportunities that really have felt very convincing, apart from that one right in the start of the game with the Atto save.
KARMINE Corp as well, as could this be. Exotic, he actually ended up free-flipping into that ball, not what he wanted to do at all. Zen had nothing on the floor. If the shot was better, that could have gone straight past him. He positioned himself as well as he could, but still, that should be 2-0 KARMINE Corp.
Zen getting a demo on Vatira, going to be thwarting the attacking play of KARMINE Corp just for a minute. A little punch away from Exotic, only finds Vatira. Monkey with a lot of boost. Zen's also up high. They both know the threat that comes through. And Exotic pumps it straight into Drali. Up central is Monkey Moon. Finds Exotic backboard. Not enough boost to get down to it. Zen reckons he could read it. Monkey Moon now 0 boost. Has to retreat because the KARMINE Corp, they are charging down.
Huge boost steal there, and another one as well. Vitality are going to be starved right here. This could be KARMINE Corp's shot. It's Atto who stole both boosts. He goes to the backboard. Zen with nothing somehow gets the block.
He gets a block, and then he gets a block again, manages to squeak it away. Vatira now air dribbling over the top of Exotic, does get a pass for Exotic, then helps it on, actually. Zen has to make contact, does do so. 90 seconds, and KC still with that lead. Exotic, a spicy pass back towards his keeper, Monkey Moon.
He's not having his best series, Exotic, it has to be said. There's been so many misses, and then Vatira dunks the ever-loving heck out of Zen, and then Zen gets bumped as well.
Oh, that is a huge dunk as well from Vatira. Atto then just removing Zen out of the play as much as he can, then trying to retreat back with 0 boost. And Vitality, they go down by 2. KARMINE Corp showing their French dominance.
Looking beautiful right now, looking stunning. I love the way they're playing this game. It's not throwing everything at the ball, you know, they still have this element of control. Vitality are struggling to deal with the pace. And their shot conversion is brilliant. Vatira goes for a bump. Exotic has to help Monkey Moon out there. There's a chance now for Vitality, though. Exotic, he's got no boost, Stumpy, because KARMINE Corp are controlling it so well.
I mean, KARMINE Corp so far have been running the pitch. They have been the matrons of this entire game. Exotic wants to try and make sure that he and the boys can push down further. Vatira tracks back, keeps away a shot. Monkey Moon across. Vatira up for 1. Can't get the second, but neither can Exotic. Vital seconds ticking away. Shot top corner. Zen just wide.
KARMINE Corp weren't expecting the snapshot. Zen went for it, and it almost paid off just off the post. Exotic can turn here. Zen, massive free jump, but Atto beats him to it. He's almost taken out by Zen. Will leave some gaps in defense. Monkey Moon tries to take out Vatira now. Oh, they're trying every trick in the book for Vitality. But KARMINE Corp are dealing with it incredibly.
Yeah, there's a lovely gentle touch going through. I think it was Vatira who... No, it's like, I'm not going to send this too far. I still need to maintain control of it. And does just that. Atto manages to get rid of 1, then taps it onward. As we were saying earlier, vital seconds were ticking down, have now ticked down. And that is going to be another goal for Vatira, locking in the hat-trick. And KARMINE Corp, game number 2, also going their way.
Knocks out Zen, falling from the skies in disguise, and rolling it home as easy as you like. Vatira, the old enemy of Team Vitality. You said that Vatira was watching on as Zen lifted up his World Championship trophy. He doesn't want it to happen here, and you're chuckling because Drali was not moving for that one.
I like that. I really like that. I like that Charlie's just like, literally, whatever you do, we have still won. I appreciate it's like, it's a very light gesture. It literally doesn't mean anything, but I think just the symbolism of it of like, yeah, all right, you score. I literally don't care. It doesn't matter. We're winning this anyway. And that is against his 2 former teammates that he has just won Worlds with last year.
That's a good point. I didn't even think of that. I'll tell you the real flex, though. Do it at the start of next game. If you don't, you're a coward.
Yeah, that's fair. Do it for 5 minutes, start next game. Just wiggle your sticks when it says it's going to be kicked for being idle.
Yeah. Just say, Amiz, don't worry. I'm here.
No, type in chat, I am here, don't worry.
I don't think that Charlie is going to be doing that, but what I do think is that KARMINE Corp are beginning to run away with this one. We said that Team Vitality had to get something going sooner, else it was going to get away from them, and that is why they have taken their tactical timeout. Something needs to change. No goals for Vitality in 5 minutes.
That is, to shut down Vitality, a huge effort. Cassio going to be talking to the lads. He knows two of them incredibly well with Monkey Moon and Exotic. He's just now to that new boy, at least on his roster, on Zen. How can they work with a little bit more synergy to make sure that they continue shutting teams out? Because bear in mind, through this entire playoffs, they have lost 1 game up until the grand finals. They have now in the grand finals lost 2.
In levels that KARMINE Corp bring. Just mad how good these two teams are. And KARMINE Corp, it does seem, were correctly power ranked by the pro players coming into this one. Atto, I mean, we talked about Vatira a lot. Atto has had a brilliant series as well. His shooting has been great. His passing has been so precise.
And you know what? I think when Atto joined KARMINE Corp, we all thought it was going to be, you know, French roses all the way down the road until they win a World Championship trophy. It was that for the first set of online events going up to the first major over in Copenhagen last year. And then it really did fall apart with no real signs of the wheels coming back on the car. There were huge stumbling blocks. They didn't look like a proper team. Seemingly, you know, bringing Drali on in place of Rise has been a big changer. That has been a huge switch up for them. I just wonder whether that was the big switch in Drali, or whether, you know, Vatira and Atto have been working on stuff privately to make sure that, you know, whoever then enters their team is going to be just as strong and confident as they will be coming into the next matches.
Well, if you want someone who's coming in with confidence, it's the fella who has just won the World Championship. You know, they're not going to be feeling too down in the dumps. That's where Vitality aren't, because we have to see them back to their best here against KARMINE Corp. This is reminiscent of what we saw all those months ago at Flip and Spin. But Team Vitality start off looking stronger, and then all of a sudden KARMINE Corp step up those few levels that even Vitality maybe didn't realize that they had. Now we find out Team Vitality have their own. No, it's just in the crossbar!
Wow, if that finds its way in, and if that doesn't just go to show what power that Atto has to conjure a goal out of literally nothing, I don't know what will. Drali shoots just wide of the crossbar. Atto on his chance to. Drali now attempting, but Zen can intercept. And KARMINE Corp, they are off to the races in game number 3.
Microcosm of this series and these teams as well. Vitality start better. They have a couple of chances, have some nice passes, control the boost. Atto says pinch button hit now and almost scores right back against them. Go gadget pinch. Now it's Drali's turn. Vatira. Drali's taking out Zen, is he? Vatira. They make it look so easy.
The 4th goal in a row for Vatira. The 4th in a row unanswered against Vitality. And it's again Drali making sure that he goes to that final man. Zen also just seems to be that perennial final man against anything that KARMINE Corp are putting forwards. And Vitality, they took their time out. There should be answers here. Right now, there is not.
All your pressure, and then they slam it back against you. Vitality are diving in from 3rd man. Exotic had to scamper back right there. Vitality are desperate for something.
Demos.
Control the ball, and he just shoots. Vitality have a freebie, and it's all important.
It's a freebie earned through that demo. It was Monkey Moon, I believe, right at the back, getting rid of a player, taking out Vatira himself, getting rid of that troublemaker, and Zen is going to be able to just pump it home. An equalizing goal, the first one for Vitality in over 7 minutes.
For a second, Atto was going to be beaten there from the kickoff. Could have been 2 in a row for Team Vitality. That really would be the momentum swing. Zen's in there. Or looking for Exotic in the center. Exotic pitches that towards goal. What a pitch that is! And via some KARMINE Corp tomfoolery, it's 2-1.
What a pitch! I thought it was way too far. Exotic brings it straight back in. Charlie says, Atto, get out the way, fella. And Monkey Moon taps her home anyway.
Charlie ain't looking so cool now, is he, Stumpy?
He's not looking nearly as good as those previous teammates that he's got. A beautiful pass from Exotic. That's why he's the MVP from last year. Worlds, everybody.
Goodness, that is just a ridiculous pinch right there. Never seen anything like it. The angle. I can't wait to see a replay of that one later on. Is Exotic going over the top of this one. Atto just had to watch the chaos unfurling in front of him to decide what to do with the ball. What I would say, Stumpy, is we have been here before. Vitality have been ahead, have been looking better, and suddenly KC have turned it on.
Monkey Moon clearing out of his own defense. Vatira's going to shut down any approach that Zen may well have on that ball. John with the next one just sends it straight towards his own net, and then Vatira then to receive. The play that all of these players are putting forward, the pure synergy is off the charts right now for KARMINE Corp.
Exotic steals 100 boost as well, so this will be a big attack right now from Team Vitality. They're sensing they can get this 2-goal lead again, their first since game 1, their first lead since game 1 actually. Exotic up against Atso. Exotic touch and does. His defending has improved markedly. I think that's why we're seeing a better version of Vitality. Look how much more solid Exotic now seems.
Another demo from Monkey Moon. He has absolutely got, you know, blood in the water. He has smelled it. He's making sure that nobody on KARMINE Corp is going to be feeling any amount of safe. Any of these off-ball players are going to be huge. A bit of an awkward tap into the center from Zen. He does get stressed into doing it. Now Drali onto that side wall, a loose touch from him, and then finally not really thinking on that play, and gives the ball over to Zen with 100 boost, but the bounce is not in Vitality's favor. But no one from KARMINE Corp actually goes and challenges.
Exotic though to get that one towards Zen. Zen, who, as you said, and getting that 100, had to forego the ball. Exotic did a lot of work with it. Now Vitality can just steal away a few seconds from KARMINE Corp. They'll be happy with this ball in the center of the pitch, up in the air. Nothing KC can do about it now until Vatira finds Atso and almost Vitality. Just working to get that ball past their own teammates there. A little bit dodgy again defensively, but they get away with it.
Zen, chance to shoot, just goes wide of target. Wants to maybe just push Vatira onto it, so then he's going to be able to get an awkward touch. Their teammate can come in. Vatira does deal with it pretty well indeed. Monkey Moon now low on boost at the back. He's going to be continuing onto that side boost, stolen away by Vatira. It's going to now force Zen to go low with it, onto Exotic. Backboard found, but Vatira found first.
I think because KARMINE Corp are moving forward so much, Team Vitality have realized that booming clearances hugely tactically beneficial. Instead of trying to catch the ball and inviting pressure upon themselves, they're just getting rid of it, sending it back to blue territory, making KARMINE Corp go again.
Vatira wants to beat out one, does do so. Onto the reset as well. Takes it just over the top, onto the crossbar. No one's there to follow. That was a brilliant chance, completely orchestrated by the current series MVP, Vatira.
On there is because Team Vitality are going for these long clearances, so KARMINE Corp have retreated back onto the blue. So when Vatira got that one onto the backboard, there was no one there for him. And now with 20 seconds left, KC are going to have to figure this one out. Atso sends it forward himself. Zen, beautiful control, has to stay behind this ball. No, Atso beats him to it. Drali up against Exotic. He gets the ball above. Vatira to go for the pass. The shot is the pass. It's Atso! KC always find a way!
Vatira wrapping himself around this ball from such an awkward angle. Straight back central. Atso no boost, but knows that that man can get it towards him. The defenders thought it might happen, just never that perfectly. An equalizer for KC.
Have to score this next goal. If it goes 3-0, it might as well be series over. There's a save at the near post. KARMINE Corp can steal it now. Who's this ball going to fall for? It's going to go all the way towards the own net. Monkey Moon has to send it down. He does. Overtime, mate. No biggie.
It's never going to go KC 3-0 up. Not with these two teams. It's going to be going to 7. We all know it is. Let's just take us to 7 now.
It's forward time. We won't be tucked up in bed. We'll still be watching Rocket League in Game 7, we believe. Zen has to get it going for Vitality. Look how much space they've got to play. And he passes to Monkey Moon. Monkey Moon to the back, but Vatira misses! Drali saves! Exotic couldn't make the most of it, but here comes Zen all the way into the corner. Monkey Moon, surely! He hits the crossbar, Stumpy!
He made contact as well, but it whipped out beneath him. Now Vatira gets a reset, continues on the dunk. That now lands up central. I can't believe that Drali again has been the savior. A double dunk gets Drali away with a little bit of pressure there. Zen dunking on again. Monkey Moon just above the bar. Drali is going to be landing perfect position for it. A reset, round 1. Can he just quite whip it central? Not quite able to. Exotic's too low on boost to really challenge that effectively. So Zen, he takes over.
Monkey Moon up against Drali. How he'd love another opportunity to finish this one, Monkey Moon. Zen gets the ball down, but it's only going to be neutral, and he takes out Monkey Moon for good measure. Do not miss open nets when I'm your teammate.
Straight back in the middle, the 1-2, Vatira now just round 1. Monkey Moon has to intelligently turn this around, actually gets a fake on one of them as well. Zen's backwards, Atso's to the ball, actually just misses Drali, and it's going to be sent straight back into the blue half. Very scrappy overtime this.
Yeah, it's all got a little bit ugly, but KC won't care if they can just get this next goal. They will have one hand on their medals for this qualifier. Zen into the center. Exotic wants to get the dunk on Vatira.
Love the idea.
Vatira is too clean defensively.
I love the idea of that, though. Just send it off that side wall, make it a little bit more awkward to deal with. Driver's got a lot of boost here. Gets a bump. Can't quite get too many people away from it, because right now we're seeing KARMINE Corp. They go for all these passes. They're getting really good chances, and then no one's there to actually follow up on it. That one goes central. Charlie is going to be there. A Monkey Moon, the savior for the orange.
Yeah, he makes amends for that miss from earlier. Monkey Moon keeps vitality in this game, maybe in this series, but threads it past him, and it's amazing.
Revolting play from Atto. Gets the challenge of the recess straight under the crossbar. 3 dominant games from KARMINE Corp. 1 more, and they take home open number 1.
Looking back at the replay, that first touch from Atto, sublime. Utterly stunning. To take all the pace off that ball, to get underneath it with Monkey Moon bearing down upon you, Stumpy as well, no less, and still just place it so gently into the back of the net in overtime, in a grand final. Everything about that perfect.
Ridiculously composed. Like that, when you look at how I think a champion should be playing Rocket League, that kind of moment is exactly what I would expect. Takes the full, pressure on his shoulders, and then just goes for a nice def reset straight into it. And we're seeing here as well, Ferrer calming the boys down. You see Vatira closed eyes, just breathing it through. You don't want to be celebrating a win before you have it, but they have got one hand on this cup right now.
Vatira showing his mindfulness right there. It's a sign of how far he's come over the years as well. You know, there has been times where Vatira's emotions have got the better of him, certainly after series, and it's something that clearly he has been working on, to be in situations like this one and not let it get to him. I bet
and that terrifies me, by the way.
Yeah,
like, that's really scary.
And his teammates will follow as well. You know, when Vatira leads, they will follow. They will feel calm. They will feel collected. And they will feel sure that they will get one of these next 4 maximum games.
Watching Vatira do breathing exercises is like watching a tiger do yoga. Like, I don't want to know what it's capable of when it has done yoga.
It's like watching a shark code.
It is. It's a chill activity, and it's like, but, you know, what are you now capable of that you are coding, shark?
Exactly. You've got teeth. You don't need to use, like, you know, algorithms and such.
What we're seeing is going to be KARMINE Corp wanting to get one more game. Another opportunity, a great little slow play, as they can't quite get it around to his teammate. And we saw ultimately, you know, more opportunities for games to come in, for more wins, or rather for more goals to come through for KARMINE Corp, but they just didn't have that final player there. If they can get one more player to each of these goals, or rather to each of these passes, you're going to be seeing 3-4 goal leads. Vitality, change has to happen.
40 seconds. Vitality just have to keep things alive for as long as they possibly can and hope that fate will swing back in their direction. It seems that everything is on KARMINE Corp's side. It seems that they're only along for the ride, Team Vitality. Charlie's going to try and get the bump here. You just knew it was coming up against Exotic. What an angle from Atto! Tira keeps the attack going, but that one was so near to being stunning again.
A ridiculous angle through from Charlie. But I mean, ultimately, they respected, they knew what he's capable of. They did manage to save it off the goal line. Now Exotic to clear it away from his own half. Gets a lovely little block through and dunk round one teammate. Over the top of 2. Drali, respected by Vatira, who doesn't even bother touching that ball. Look at the aggression on this play. Straight into it. Zen and Exotic both see gold, and neither can grasp it.
Atto, though, did you see the angle, the harsh rotation and the awareness? Because that's an awkward dodge. You hit the ball like that, your car's going in the complete opposite direction with no momentum. If it goes to an opponent, you've just conceded. But Atto knew that Drali would be there. Already, these new teammates are just coming together in such brilliant ways. And there's Vatira. This is ridiculous.
It's a lovely little dunk from Drali. Then Vatira, he's completely unchallenged. He is by far and away the fastest player to that ball. It's completely open. So rarely do you see the members of Vitality, anybody on this squad, on either squad, get outpaced. And yet it's happened time and time again in this individual game, let alone the series. Charlie's beaten all of them again. It's pretty open. Atto's there to toe punt to Rome. 3-0 KC.
Carmine Corp are making Vitality look bad. Like, they've been beaten, but I haven't seen this roster look bad. In this game, they're making them look bad. That is...
They look so tilted.
They're double committing. They're being beaten by one player when two of them are going. They're even losing the kickoffs. Atto's taking Matera out. KC are just racing for every ball. I mean, what keep scoring as well.
Yeah.
They're going to keep scoring. They are going to want to make a statement against Vitality here.
Yeah, if you're going to be able to, you know, like demotivate your opponents, this is when to do it. Grand finals, man. Like, just give them as much as you can, and then whenever they play you again, they'll be thinking, well, that's the team that beat us, you know, 7-0 in the final game to win open number 1.
Ollie stopped driving. Because in game 2, he stopped driving with 7 seconds left, I think it was, from the kickoff when they were, what, 3-0 up? When
Oh, he did, yeah.
We've got this. I'm chilling, lads. I'm chilling.
I think 2 minutes.
He just starts chilling
Yeah.
out his phone.
I reckon so. I mean, we're halfway through the
man.
game. It's those 3 goals currently. They're the ones that are separated. They came in very quick succession. And I think when you get goals conceded so fast, you do think a little bit like, oh, we didn't even get like time to really think about it. Lovely little touch from Zen. He clearly wants to be activated. Right now, it is not happening.
I mean, that's the only way I can see Vitality get out of this. Monkey Moon before that save was on 22 points.
Oof.
The only way they can get out of this is if Zen does 3 Zens. But I'm
Yeah.
not sure he can do 3 Zens against Carmine Corp on current form.
I mean, right now as well, what you're seeing from Carmine Corp, they can dive to every single ball. They can make 2, ultimately, you know, pretty big errors and concede 2 goals, and then they can hunker down. But what they're doing in that time is burning so much time off the clock, and also, they're just making it horrible to play against. Look, Matera goes up there, forces Exotic to do something, and so now taking it slowly into the corner. They just have to do things. They just have to keep bits going. And they've done it again. 2 have committed. Doesn't matter. You've got 90 seconds left. Cool. What are you going to do, Vitality? What's the plan here?
Well, I mean, Team Vitality, they're sort of just... They are restricted to taking turns going for solo plays, and Carmine Corp are loving it. I've got a feeling this was going to end 4-0. You know, Vitality will have loads of pressure. KC will be sitting back, chilling. Eventually, it will be...
Matera's got the ceiling in his own corner and has got the ball. Like, they're playing, like, precog mode right now.
Be happy with this, aren't they? They're going to
Yeah,
be excited about this.
I had a little glance at chat, and the brew war were already popping off, like, you know, trash talking their French countrymen. I've seen over on the Kometo stream, they're chilling at like 75,000 viewers, making sure that they are the dominant team in France right now. It's 4. It's 4.
4-0. 4-0 in a 4-0 series, and they didn't have to do too much for it. I mean, this one is completely and utterly dead. The question is, Stumpy, does this translate to a LAN?
It's a great question. Yeah, I don't know how this ends up translating, because we've seen ultimately Vitality perform better on LAN than we have KC in recent memory. When it comes down to these new rosters, though, I don't know. I think it's a lot closer when you are on LAN. But, I mean, we'll see. You can literally never, you know, count out Monkey Moon when it comes down to LAN. But this game is time to celebrate Carmine Corp. This entire series was Carmine Corp. Apparently, it was theirs to win. A statement series from them. They are going to be taking home Open #1 trophy. The cup is theirs. It's going to be going into their brand new arena, I'm sure, if it existed. And we managed to get ourselves a pretty big smashing in the first grand finals of the season.
Made it look pretty easy, haven't they? Made it look as easy as you like
Unreal.
a stroll in the park. Carmine Corp, the first winners. Carmine Corp laying down a gauntlet, not just for Vitality, not just for Europe, but for the rest of the world.
In every single series that we've had today, the one that I thought would go to 7 was going to be this one. I thought the grand final, well, I was thinking it was going to be Carmine Corp versus Vitality. I thought that's going to 7. It has to. Instead, the two series to start the day went to 7. Then we had a 4-0 and a 4-1. And this one, Vitality didn't get a game. They were shut down. They were completely toothless in this entire series, and they have got to go back to the drawing board, and they need some new ideas.
And 7, you're a fool, my friend.
I know.
I was for OKC all the way, as I'm sure everyone in chat was. I think we all knew that
I'm
was
looking
coming.
at the prediction sheet. You did go Vitality.
Yeah, but that's, irrelevant. That's neither here nor there. What
It
is
is there, though.
What is relevant, Stumpy, is Vitality looking pretty low after that one. They're gonna have to lick their wounds. They're gonna have to give it a day, come back and just find out what the heck happened there, because I don't think they expected to get steamrolled, even if they maybe part of them would have thought, let's just get to the finals about this one.
I think there's some positives to take from that, though. Vitality, they made it to the grand final. They lock in 10 points. Those 10 points are big. When it comes down to towards the end of the season, we're looking at Worlds, you'll be happy to have made a grand final. That may well push you above into those brand new spots. But KARMINE Corp, even better. 15 points for them. And that is enough from us, weirdly quickly, in fact. Back to the desk.
Speed.
Oh my goodness, Leaf.
Oh, Leaf.
I'm not.
You cursed
You're
it.
the only one as well.
I'm not muted. I'm not
pretty
muted.
good.
It's not me.
Oh.
I swear. Okay, it's somewhere else. But hopefully I'm here right now. Either way, yeah, that was a quicker than anticipated matchup, guys.
Like, all I gotta say is I fought the pros on the pick, and the pros got hands. They were right. K-Corp, #1, with a bullet. Every single team, again, power ranked them #1. And it showed, Shogun, throughout this match. Like, yes, there was comebacks. Vitality had the lead, but that makes a good team, right? K-Corp coming back with less than a minute to play in 2 of the games, and they got the job done.
This is why I don't think for myself, Gibbs. I let the pros do it for me. And
That's fair.
KC was the best team, and they were very definitive about that. For KC, this is a massive result for them. For all that we talk about going to Game 7s, fan bases remember the blowouts. They remember the times that they took on a rival and annihilated them. A 4-0 against Vitality to start the season. You cannot ask for better than that. So much so that I've got very used, by the way, to the yeehaw sound, because Ato was scoring every other minute.
He was scoring. Vatira was playing a great third man again. And K-Corp, they take round 1. They did it last year as well, but it comes down to the end of the year. We'll see if K-Corp can continue this pace. Vitality's got to lick their wounds and get ready to fight in open #2.
Yeah, Vitality definitely has to look back, reflect, and get prepared for Open 2, but that's not what it's about. It's about the winners right now, K-Corp, and Vatira is here to join me. Vati Goat, man, what a performance. There's no way you expected it to be that dominant.
To be honest, we didn't expect it to be like, I wouldn't say easy, but like the result shows like it's easy. It was like a really hard series to win, actually. Even if it's a 4-0, like I didn't imagine to like win against them 4-0, because they're a really good team in scrims and even in RLCS. So yeah, I'm really happy about the result.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, I'm guessing you're expecting them to bounce back at some point. Do you know, was it something you guys were doing they couldn't figure out? Do you feel like what was going on in that series? Can you walk me through from your perspective?
From my perspective, to be honest, like the game 1, we were not playing good at the beginning, but after we found ourselves, we were playing really well. And after we come back the game 1, I was like, yeah, if we keep playing like this the whole series, they will not keep up with us. And yeah, to be honest, we were just in the flow. Everyone was too good in our team, so I'm happy about them.
Yeah, I gotta ask you about you specifically, because I mean, obviously you've always been good, but I feel like you've continued to level up. I mean, what was the goals for the off season for you? I mean, you must have put in a lot of work.
Yeah, like I'm working a lot with Ferra. Even individually, I'm playing a lot of ranked. You know, like it's to be honest, it's my job, and I want to be the best, and I want to keep performing. I want to win world, so I'm trying my best to show it.
How does Drawley mentally then fit in with that? Because one time I talked to him, he seemed so business oriented too. Like, this is my job. We got to go. We got to win.
Drawley is a really funny guy in real life. I didn't imagine it like this, but to be honest, I love him. Like, he's a really good friend. He's really funny, and like you can't be annoyed with him. Like, he's so funny. You always love because he's here. So it's really good to have him in the team.
Is that why I saw Atto laughing a lot? Was that why?
Yeah, probably. He's probably why. I don't remember what we said during the series, but he's always making jokes and like stuff like this. So yeah, I think it's probably him.
I gotta ask that, and just in terms of like the region as a whole now that we've had one open out of the way, we've seen where some of the other teams lie. Obviously, you guys have been scrimming, so you have an idea of how things look before this anyways. But do you feel like now you guys, and then maybe Vitality just behind you, are really that far ahead? Do you feel like other teams will close in by the end of the split?
To be honest, I don't want to curse myself, but I really feel like there is a gap between like the top 3 teams, top 2 teams. Like the top 2 EU is probably like far to all the other teams. Even the like top 4 teams, it's weird. Like I can't say you know, like a top 4 right now. Like it's always
Right.
it looks like, you know, 100% they make semis, but I don't feel like they will keep doing this. So it's really weird, to be honest.
Yeah. Hey, well, I mean, for you guys, it's fine. You guys get to just keep winning, I guess, which is what you like to do. So at this point, I want you to let you just won. So I want to let you go celebrate with the team and say congratulations. But one last time, if you want to talk out to anyone, this is your first chance. I'm sure you'll get many more chances to talk to your fans. But let the Blue Wall know what they can expect for the rest of the season from you guys.
Merci à vous les gars de nous supporter tout le temps. Franchement, ça nous fait super plaisir. Et je vous le dis, continuez de nous supporter. On a vraiment une équipe de fous. On a un coach de fou, on a un staff de fou, une org de fou, des fans de fou. Alors vraiment, continuez d'être derrière nous. On va tout donner. On va se battre pour tout gagner cette saison, les gars. Vraiment.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Vatira, and congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Fatigo there for the Blue Wall as they win 4-0. We got to say it again, Gibbs. 4-0 against Team Vitality.
Wow. The match everyone was expecting, the one match everyone wanted to see. And they just decimated them. K-Corp decimated Vitality. And again, it's a long season. We've been here before. K-Corp, they swept the entire first split last season, and we saw what happened, right? So there's still more work to be done for all the teams here. But for now, K-Corp, it's going to have a nice dinner. That's for sure after that 4-0 win.
Yeah, and just the, I don't know, again, as you said, he was so surprised by it as well, how far ahead. I'm again, hoping the other teams do try to roll it in here. But let's take a look now at the points, where we sit for this, because they've just locked in 15 points, which obviously Shogun, that every team wanted to do here. But K-Corp coming into this were the expected winners of this, and they've just locked that in very confidently.
Phenomenal spot now, especially now that all the top 8 teams are automatically invited to the Swiss stage. So hopefully no mishaps like we got last year out of the qualifying. Surely this is a position now that they are completely comfortable, and it could very well be up to all the other teams to try and catch up. For 100%, that game 5 that they went to with KC earlier on in the tournament, that's aged incredibly well. They couldn't beat KC, they couldn't beat Vitality, but for 100%, the losses that they've got are very high quality.
But the points, though, very top heavy as well. Obviously, 15 points for K-Corp. That's more than double for third place.